doesn't change the fact that that's the past, and I'm living in the present right now. So if you want to really honor some people that's doing something for you right now, don't just honor the ones that flew under the flag that enslaved you. Honor the ones that are under the red, the black, and the green, because they too are still out there fighting for you, whether you want them to or not. Because if they win, you win, and you'll be the first one to yell, "I'm here for my where the reparations at?" You have to remember that the Vets Day is a day for you to salute the soldiers in the game. Respect the fact that some people did go. Doesn't make a difference. You see, Memorial Day is where we lift up the ones that died. Today, we just lift up everybody in the uniform because they have become a soldier. They crossed over from being a civilian. Now, it's amazing how we pick and choose which causes we want to love. Think about it. You know, you heard that movie, The Hate You Give? Well, what about the love you give? Y'all pick and choose where you give your love to. You know, if somebody decides they want to give their love, let's say to the 55K Army, which people are actually name of every individual that has stepped up to the cause. You didn't just do it in the blind. Your name is captured. So when the roles are revealed and we see that, oh, you wasn't down, you were talking like you was down. I can't find your name on this wall. You gonna hate on somebody else's love just because you don't love. Because believe it or not, the armies of the Most High are still recruiting. The armies of the Most High, the doors are still open. The army of the Most High is always looking for new soldiers, reinforcement. Even if you didn't think it was a thing back then, you can think it is a thing right now. The door is always open. I heard something on the news the other day that they found there's a number again, y'all, 7 planets. 7 planets that are supposed to be habitable, that are Earth-like. 7 planets. Isn't it interesting that those of y'all who don't know no better, that what they're really telling you is they haven't found 7 planets. Somehow they found a way to peer through the first layer of the firmament. How many heavens are there? Those of you all who are students. There are 10. But visibility is only to what? The 7th heaven. Who sits in 7th heaven? The Y to the H to the W to the H. If you don't know what I just told you, think about it. You think they're not trying to find a way out of here? You think they're not trying to escape the judgment? You think they're really sitting around reading? Why you think they cloud in the skies? We just talked about astronomy. You're practicing astrology. They're practicing astronomy. Oh, they're looking at the skies hard. Got all the telescopes everywhere looking real deep because they want to see it when it's coming. Did you hear the other day that they said now they don't believe that the Big Bang ever happened? They've been teaching y'all that since day one. The universe began with the Big Bang. It is a theory. A theory has no fact. It just makes sense. Just like Darwinism is a theory. They want you to believe that we came from monkeys. But remember, look at these little... When I look at these ears, when I look at my skin, when I look at my hair, not fur, when I look at everything that I am, I don't see nothing that says I came from a primate. But if I look in the opposite direction, y'all better holler at me. Somebody turn to your neighbor and say, oh, no, he didn't go there. Yes, I did. You see, just because someone says they believe in something for a long, long time doesn't make it true unless it falls into the divine order and the grand design. You see, the patriot, the pattern, leads us to the predicament. You see, the patriot is when you make up your mind that you're going to step into it. But when you step into it, you got to learn the pattern. And then once you learn the pattern, you will then be confronted with the predicament. Today, we honor who were the patriots that stepped into it. Now we have to talk about whether or not you understand the pattern. If you understand the pattern, which is divine order and design, now you can turn around and face the predicament. Please, don't come in here with a pathetic attempt to rain your pity party on the people that are here because they're children of the Most High. We come this morning to open up our minds and all three of our eyes to free ourselves from the brainwashing. If this is too deep for you, exits are clearly marked. Let me continue and say once again that they found a way to see into seventh heaven. Meanwhile, here on the ground, all you have to do, if you want to keep with divine order, if you want to keep with the grand design, is just be black. Oh, let me break it down. Can I say it again? Just be black. If it's all about just be black, then you would understand that if things hit the fan, no one's going to jump out the car and about to shoot you and say, hold on, before I shoot you, what religion are you? Before I shoot you, what's your sexual preference? Before I shoot you, are you a Democrat or Republican? Before I shoot you, are you left or you right? Before I shoot you, are you vegan or do you eat meat? Before I shoot you, are you a descendant of African slavery, or did you immigrate here from another country? Or are you biracial and don't know what you are? Or are you somebody like Kamala Harris who only wants to be black when it's beneficial to her? I had to give y'all that one for free. Just be black. Because that's exactly how they see you. They don't split us up, so why do you? The grand design, the grand order. A civilian does not understand what I'm about to say, but a soldier understands what I'm about to say. You see, we know the difference between winning a war and winning a battle. You can win a battle, doesn't mean you won the war. Battles are the incremental steps in a campaign to shift the tide of resistance against the enemy so that they break themselves. We know that in a battle, we have our ups and downs. We have our casualties. We have our heroes. When the battle is over, the war is not over until both parties come to the table and agree that we're going to put an end to this shit. We sign an armistice. We sign an agreement. Today is Armistice Day. That's what it was originally called. Now they call it Veterans Day. Originally it was there to celebrate the end of World War I, but now it's just to honor everyone who's raised. Wearing a uniform. A lot of y'all are that they call the election. Oh, I'm watching y'all out here celebrating. Oh, you celebrating. Oh my God, we finally arrived. Yay, yay. You know, I'm watching the same old things come out again. Oh, we gotta lift up the fact that we got a woman as the vice president and she's the first black woman. She's not black. And the fact that, you know, all these doors have been opened. Oh, yay, yay, yay. Y'all celebrating like you won the war. But you keep forgetting what I told you before this curtain went up on this drama. No. First, you needed to win the battle. And the battle was to get that asshole out of the White House. That is the battle. We know how it was under him. The damn country was about to implode into civil war under him. People was about sick and tired of being sick and tired, no matter who they was, under him. So that was the battle that needed to be won. Good, you got him out. That was the battle that you won, but you have not won the war. Let me tell you why you haven't won the war, civilian. You haven't won the war because the two people that have slipped into to the place, they're still members of the same team. And for a lot of y'all who have attention deficit disorder, you don't do your research on anybody. You believe that wiki is research. That's not. That's opinionated collection of information that anybody can put anything in. You don't go back and read congressional records. You don't go back and look at their public record as a public servant. You don't go back and look at the cases. You don't do any of that. You just want to feel good in your emotions and feel like you've done your part, so you feel like you've actually done the work to win the war when all you did was cheerlead on the side to win the battle. But you know what's funny to me? I'm gonna be honest. Civilians believe that if you win a battle, that should end the war. You understand what I'm saying? If you know, okay, well, we won. Let's go back. Let's just go back to everything being normal. I want to go back to mindless entertainment and just degrading myself and abusing my body and just not advancing the civilization and just acting like we've arrived, and just that's what I want to do. Those are civilians. You won a battle. You participated in a ritual. You voted to remove the enemy that was at your front door. But you have not won the war yet. Oh, really? Let me unpack this for you really quick. Have you examined the gun control proposals from your new president-elect? Everyone who has fallen down and gotten up and gotten on board of the I got to buy me some shit too to arm myself. You know that movement that spun up after we came out of quarantine when y'all realized that we was no longer going to let people just say anything to us, do anything to us. Oh, don't get me wrong. Y'all know damn well a lot of y'all that's talking that gun shit right now, you wasn't talking that shit before May. A lot of y'all that's now claiming that you're malicious, you wasn't militiaing too hard before the quarantine. A lot of y'all that's trying to act like we need gun training and we got to empower. Y'all wasn't saying shit before any of this happened. But now that it has become the mode, the trend, that you see that the white people will respond to that, now all of a sudden everybody's a gun expert. Now all of a sudden everybody's trying to power to the people. Now all of a sudden everybody trying to get their little weak ass organizations up off the ground and act like that they the ones that started some shit when you got on board. Well, guess what? The white man saw you doing that shit, and they put out a memo that they're not going to admit to every gun dealer, every gun manufacturer, every ammunition manufacturer, that black folks are the ones buying guns now. So guess what? They ain't making no more guns. The ammo company went out of business. You got everything is on back order. It's amazing how the military just announced yesterday that they have a brand new official weapon. They're moving away from the Colt. They now got the Sig Sauer. They got the new weapon. That's interesting. I thought that weapon wasn't available nowhere. I thought everything was on back order. I thought everything was out of stock. Isn't it interesting, black people, that the moment that it becomes stock, all of a sudden, yeah, a country that's built on guns ain't got none right now. A country that was built on revolution and pray to God, pass the ammo. Y'all know the saying, where my soldiers at? Ain't no ammo. Now all of a sudden, things that you never had to do before, you now got to do. There was a time when if you had a drug charge from back in the day, you couldn't get a carry conceal permit because you can't have no drug charges when they do the background check on you. But if you went into a store to buy a weapon, you know, they did the little background check on the phone, and as long as you wasn't someone in the FBI database that was a convicted felon that couldn't be around guns, you could buy a weapon. Now they're telling you if they run the background check and you got that drug charge, you can't buy a weapon. Really, I'm sorry. What law got passed that we didn't see where they said that? When did this become part of the game? What part of the game is this? Somebody should to stop you from arming yourselves. Here's why. Let me teach you a little bit. Every society that has disarmed a particular group of people has turned around and become tyrannical and homicidal and genocidal toward that sector of their race. Do your research. Let me talk about your president-elect. The president-elect wants to create a gun registry, which right now is illegal under the Firearms Act. The President-elect believes that we should have these laws. Matter of fact, the asshole that